What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments. Back with a video, man. So, Palantir is outperforming Nvda, man. It's a crazy day and time right now. I think Palantir is at like 290%. Nvda is at like 184, 190 something. And that might change with earnings. But I want to talk about this because I think it's got a lot to do with what's going on right now, where we're going in the market, and just a lot of things happened last week. So first thing was the big indexes were down, but if you were playing with mid cap or smaller stocks, it was probably one of the most profitable weeks ever, for real. Like, I think Palantir did 50%, the Rocket Lab went up, SoFi went up, IonQ went up, and all this was happening while the market was crashing. Well, not crashing, but pulling back from the Trump rally. And most people are looking at it as a pullback from the Trump rally, but I'm looking at it like a lot of these stocks did not stop rallying. And I think this goes back to what Tom Lee was saying some months ago about the small cap rally. I remember when he first talked about it, he said it was going to happen so fast that people wouldn't be able to catch it. And now you're starting to see what he's talking about. Like, look what happened if you were waiting for a pullback on Palantir. Look what happened with IonQ with me. I tried to get it 10 and went straight to 25, 30. So with that being said, as a Palantir shareholder, I feel like we're actually in the right place at the right time, because we're not so big that we went flat with the large caps, but we weren't so small that we did the craziest gains with the small caps. We were kind of right in the middle of that range. And now with the NASDAQ news and the potential QQQ conclusion coming up soon, that plus we might have rate cuts. I know they were selling off last week because they were scared about rate cuts not happening, but we might have rate cuts. Then on top of that, let me think, Nvda earnings. If we beat Nvda earnings, that's going to be another bullish catalyst. Plus, we might go into a Santa Claus rally. So this really might be one of the most bullish periods coming up for Palantir, like going in the end of the year, because normally at these levels we will pull back, but it's so many catalysts that we got that could push us higher. It might not happen like that. So that's a good and a bad thing. That's a good and a bad thing because the only problem is we're already overvalued where we at. We was already overvalued at the 50 and 60, and now we're at 65. If we hit these next levels, like we hit the 70s, 75s, 80 plus range, I was listening to what a lot of people would say. It's gonna set us up for a very tough year next year. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna set us up for a very tough year. Like, Alex Carpenter beating earnings, but boy, they're gonna really have to show out on earnings. Like, they might have to push the CAGR to 40%. Like, it's gonna be a difficult one. You know what I'm saying? But this is like a crossroads in an investing journey. When you call a stock early and you think it might be the next Microsoft, the next Tesla, I feel like this is a stage that every stock that goes on a great run goes through. Like, we're at that level where we're high, you got the gains, but from a company point of view, the company's just getting started, but the valuation scaring some people out, and I understand. But I don't know, and investing is kind of what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where you got to hold. This is, I don't know, where you got to hold for 300. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't think we're going to 300 next year or nothing like that, but it's like we might go through some, like, a tough time in 2025 after they pay us these gains, if they gonna pay us these gains like it's looking like. But what I'm personally thinking about doing, I might sell a lot of calls if we go on a crazy run towards the end of the year. But with the shares, I guess I'm just going to have to hold it and use those call gains to find a new position to make our 2025 money, because with the way AIP is going, with the way the customers are growing, with Palantir being one of the only companies monetizing AI, I don't really want to sell now. Not for the valuation. I understand the valuation, but story, I don't want to sell now. So that's where I'm at with it. That's what I'm thinking about. Our next catalyst this week gonna be Nvda earnings. We're gonna see what happens with Nvda earnings. I'm gonna keep y'all updated on some of my Trump trade picks. I think I hopped in everything I said in my Trump trade video, except probably SoundHound. I just bought some shares of SoundHound. But we did the Rocket Lab, the SoFi, We did GEO, IonQ, and I'm still in all of those except IonQ. I made like 150%. They knocked me down, then they shook me out. But we're gonna keep looking at these markets. Amazon's riding. I'm gonna definitely be looking at these large caps because they're not getting shown no love right now, and I feel like that's unfounded. A lot of people just chasing gains because it's gains in the smaller cap stocks, and I get it because that's what I'm doing on this channel right now, getting money off the smaller caps. But can't sleep on Apple, you know what I'm saying? Like, Apple Intelligence gonna come. iPhone 16, iPhone 17 will be here, you know what I'm saying? And you know, those are the hyperscalers, so we need them to be some of the end beneficiaries of AI. But you know, on this commercial side, on the enterprise side, it's just Palantir right now. So you know, I'm just telling all my investors, just hold on for next week, because next week gonna be kind of crazy. We got to see, is the regular market gonna keep selling off, or is they gonna recover? And we got to see what Palantir is going to do with this QQQ news, man. But it's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments. I just had to give y'all, you know, quick update, quick talk about where we at now. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video.